Well, thank you for joining us. It's Tuesday. I'm Marlon Bowling with you as we get ready for your daytime session on your grain and livestock markets today. And we're talking, as usual, to open up the day with Rich Nelson of Allendale. And he's based in McHenry, Illinois. And Rich, I want to talk with you about some numbers that we had that just came off the wire here a little bit ago. Yesterday, we had a sale of corn and a sale of soybeans that was reported by USDA. This morning, we have a sale of corn, I see, and it looks like 130,000 tons of corn that was sold to the proverbial unknown destinations. It was for the current marketing year. It looks like the entire amount was. So I guess you can add that into the hopper for corn sales. They continue to plod along, and actually they have really come back a long ways from the amount that they were lagging on our export pace this past marketing year here.
Certainly exactly right here. A lot of people have been questioning USDA's move a couple of weeks ago back on that February 8th timeframe when they actually raised U.S. corn exports by 75 million bushels. And based on this sale and many others in the past few weeks, we've got to say USDA might be right with this more aggressive viewpoint. So great to see there and continuing what's been a good story for corn exports.
There was a story from the CME yesterday that they were raising the storage prices on Kansas City wheat. I believe they went from somewhere around 6 cents up to 8 cents a bushel or something. Can you explain that?
So they have this what they call the variable storage rate, which is something they've been implementing here for a few years in order to help out convergence between cash and futures. Kansas City especially had some problems with that a few years ago. In fact, many people suggest it's not quite completely fixed up yet, but this is one of their attempts at trying to make it work a little better. So variable storage rates, and they do get moved around here every once in a while here.
So how does that come into play in the market here?
You know, it's something we have to watch here kind of closely because it does encourage or discourage any type of convergence with cash. So this type of extra cost measurement in terms of the whole issue with delivery process is something that we have to watch kind of closely. In terms of this number here, probably not going to impact prices for today's discussion here, but it is something which we have to watch here for these next few months, though.
Well, speaking of deliveries, don't we go into deliveries tomorrow and March contracts on the grain?
Certainly right. So this will be something which does get some attention here from much in the marketplace. And as far as the actual numbers right now, we're not expecting anything major at this point in time. But keep in mind here, if we do have some changes, perhaps we'll see some numbers post as far as delivery tenders these next couple weeks.
Overnight, it looked like we had, well, kind of a flat tone on the corn market. The soybeans didn't do a whole lot. We had the wheat really firming up, though, overnight. Looks like corn was up just a half cent at $3.69. On the soybean side of things, here we had the March down a penny and a half early this morning at 10.32 3/4. But on the wheat, my goodness, look at Chicago March. We were up 3 at 4.62 1/2. Kansas City wheat, here you have the March contract up 7 at 4.84 3/4. And I understand that those new crop condition numbers that came out from the southern high plains, we had another decline in the condition in Kansas, down to, what is it, only 12%, good to excellent now?
That sure is right. So 12% good to excellent. That's down 14% from the 1 month ago numbers. And in fact, their neighbors, Oklahoma, only 4% good to excellent. That one is unchanged from the previous report. So on both those measurements, still some key concerns for us on this winter wheat crop here.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you, Rich. I appreciate all the information this morning. Rich Nelson of Allendale. He's based in McHenry, Illinois. We'll have more with Rich later on in our broadcast. Stay tuned. We'll take a look at our livestock market when we come back right after these messages.